Hi guys, this is Kita Cat. I'm here with CPC Gaming Media, and I'm here with my friends.
Ace Virtue.
Chronic.
Egypt, or Chronic.
Brooklyn Tengu, also known as SideQuest K.
Oh, we're glad you're all here. Today we're going to be discussing Final Fantasy. My favorite game series. I have a couple of questions prepared. I hope you guys are ready.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Ready?
So for my first question, in comparison to the recent mainline Final Fantasy games, and we can go from Final Fantasy 10 through 15, what elements would you like to see in upcoming games? For example, Final Fantasy 16. Tango, you can go first.
Like gameplay elements and things like that, story.
Whatever you want.
Final Fantasy 16. I was hoping that it would have been more of an original story. It kind of feels like they're trailing off of 15, and I believe it was supposed to be like a continuation. I remember that the Rex, the Rex King dude. That was it was like a two-part thing way back when. And I guess they built off of that, but still, it should have definitely been like a different story. But to answer your question, I definitely would like to see more of the summons. The battle system, I definitely want to see more swordplay. A better system of the way the team works, the casting, and the party. Sorry, the party system. I kind of want to see that work a little better than it did in Final Fantasy 15 overall.
Agreed. Were you referring to Final Fantasy Versus?
Versus no, what that was that what it was called?
A little bit, yeah. It was a project that they were working on. Supposed to come out a little before COVID, but then it just completely fell off the wagon and didn't happen.
Okay, yeah, maybe that was it. It was like the dude with the white hair with the red eyes, and he.
Yeah, Versus.
Okay.
That's cool.
Bring that back, actually.
If they can scrap it, yeah. What do you think, Ace?
I don't know much about 16. I haven't really looked at it many videos. I mean, I saw a few previews. I think I'm seeing what Phoenix or Ifrit, or every time I'm looking at the preview, something with a whole bunch of fire coming out his mouth. I think it's Phoenix. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Ifrit? Okay. Ifrit. Sorry. One of my favorite parts to Final Fantasy 15 are the summons. I didn't like at first the whole conditioning thing where they come out, but I understand it now. And I think that to not have to be able to rely on them like how you doing 10 and 9 and 8, and actually have them when you like really are in dire need of them was cool. Now that I understand it. So I do agree about seeing more summons. I was upset that Bahamut and Ifrit
they just stress it so much now.
I was upset that they weren't actually like summons in 15. Like that's Bahamut and Ifrit.
Your favorites, yeah.
Like those are like your favorites. So hopefully they make a comeback and actually you can be able to summon them. So summons is one. I agree with Tengu about storyline. Could be a little different and better. And just, the classic relationships between the characters that makes Final Fantasy so good.
I agree.
Yeah, much agreed.
What do you think, Egypt?
Hello. Well, more like an add-on. I agree with Tingle and Ace for sure. The storyline could be I'm hoping for the storyline to just be maybe more unique than what the wind that I'm catching right now. I would like to see as well as everyone else. Everyone loves the summons, so I'll just hurry and bypass that because it's pretty much the same thing, literally, copy and paste. Combat system as well. What I would add on to that is it's not that I want to see what our main villain that we're going to be dealing with, but I would like to enjoy this character. I noticed that on a few previous Final Fantasies, I didn't necessarily care too much for the villain. Some will catch me. I'm not expecting for an impact like Sephiroth or anything like that, but you know, I want and I need another impact. You know, I'm not gonna go there, but yeah. Another I'll add on to that is not really gonna say because it's pretty much the same as Tengu said as well for the side characters, but I would just like for them to just be, you know, the combat from them and the combat system involving the teammates as well. I would just like for it to just be more prioritized, you know, important. I remember like who can I use for example? Like just the move that you would do with I didn't enjoy the Noctis and Prompto move from
Oh yeah, they had a couple of tandem moves.
yeah, the tag team moves that they'll do. I didn't really enjoy too many of them, but Prompto and Noctis, I think he like lift him or some shit like that. I don't know, but I would like for that to be a little more dynamic and yeah, I'm hoping for great things for the game though.
I also wanted to add too that I hope the protagonist isn't another gloomy protagonist right after the last one.
I didn't want to say that.
Like sad.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they usually sad because
emo.
You wanna find out why they sad.
No, but I mean, you know, like how you jump from like Tidus and then, you know, you have like Cloud and it's different from Squall in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Cloud seemed a little sad.
He was just an asshole, but he's a sad
Cloud
ass.
had
Squall was
some
definitely sad.
PTSD issues.
Yeah, exactly. Sad asshole. But no, Squall was just like, yeah.
He was sad.
Depressed.
He was depressed a lot. Yeah.
Girlfriend has no legs.
He would yell at everybody like they were all mad at him. They couldn't stand his ass.
I mean,
With the arm swing, about to hit selfie.
Yeah.
he had a severe obsession with trains, so I understood that. No, but I agree. Especially with the villain part, there really hasn't been a great, you know, villain origin story that made that villain seem like, wow, like this is a tough dude. Like this is gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of just
think,
like I'm over leveled and I don't care.
I think the story what's his name? I feel like I don't want to say it because Arden, was it Arden?
Arden. I thought about mentioning him.
15. I thought his was a little complex, his story a little bit. It was a little okay.
Well, there's a reason why I wasn't the biggest fan of Arden, and that actually brings me to another one of my questions, and that's pretty much, you know, with the ongoing DLC, the downloadable content, that dramatically changed the storyline of 15. First off, I forgot that there was DLC because I played it, I put it down, I went to move on to other games. And then everyone's telling me about, oh, did you see this scene, that scene? And I'm like,
there was a lot.
Yeah.
What?
There was a lot of DLC. Yeah.
Like they gave poor Luna Freya like 5 more sentences than what she had that she started with. So great, good, so good for her, but that DLC component really, I feel like in a way it's ruining your initial gameplay.
Yeah, it really is. I had to force myself just to play the DLC, honestly.
I think
I still have yet to. I forgot.
I think they want what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say when you finish a game and then they want you to come back to it and
replay value?
Yeah, replay value. I think that's what they try to do with DLC. I think that's why they keep coming up with DLCs and stuff, especially Final Fantasy.
But it's like that went on for like a good 2 years though.
Yeah, but
it was really drawn out. Yeah,
there's still DLCs coming out for stuff like Destiny.
Well, that's good, right?
No.
So,
but then you know the type of people that play Destiny, they never stop playing it. So
Yeah, but there's some people that never stop playing Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
they
So
do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if I had the time right now, do not tempt me. I'll go back and replay Final Fantasy X
I will too.
easily,
I mean, 10 ain't bad. Like,
just to
10 isn't a
do
bad game.
what's that? The laughing scene where they're on the balcony going.
ah,
Oh my God. I hated that scene. You're gonna bring up that scene for my memory of Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
That lives rent free in my head at all times. But going back to the battle systems, what would be one of your favorite mechanism for the battle systems with the previous or current Final Fantasies?
Anyone?
Anyone you want.
I like the new direction of the free for all thing, but when I play it, I start to miss the traditional
Turn-based.
thing sometimes. Only because when they turn a game like that to just free, free, that means the enemies are also free. So if you're not thinking quick enough, they'll come at you and just destroy you.
Yeah, I want to like add to that too. Like, I feel like a lot of the magic and the attacks get buffered when it's free for all.
Yeah.
Whereas the strategy of the turn-based,
Right.
gives you that puzzle feeling that you got to like remember this detail about this enemy and things like that.
Because one of the classic things to add on to that, as you add on to mine, is Seymour Flux. All the Seymour forms in 10 where you actually had to use strategy because he would kill me, most of the time. Like Bavel, when you fight him in Bavel, after Yuna is forced into a marriage. That one and the one on the mountain, Mount Gagazet, he would kill me there too. So that reminds me of having strategy because I'm used to just pressing anything and hoping that I win. But that was one of the first ones that I was like, okay, I need strategy. Well, I'm not gonna say that. In the harder fights in 8, like in the special areas where you got to fight like Omega Weapon and all of that, you do have to use strategy. So I'm not gonna say that. But I miss the strategy is basically what I'm saying. Like you said.
Like I hated when in the turn-based ones though, when you got so strong you just hit somebody and it's like 99999. And it's like.
But that didn't work on Ultimate Weapon or Omega Weapon, the one you fight deep below the thing. So what they do to account for stuff like that is what you're saying is they make certain enemies or certain areas where you go into there and you can't just knock somebody out. Like in 10, to account for that, they did the monster arena. So you can't just knock somebody out. You can't just knock somebody out in one hit and then.
Yeah. That's true. And you couldn't do it with the adamantoids either in 15 when you were leveled out.
No, I told you I was sitting there for an hour.
Yeah, even at the top level.
Knight to the realm every 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's best to do it at the top level, actually. That's the less of a wait that you'll. Yeah, he was annoying. Well, I guess just to add on to those two, just to throw it out there. As well, I like the direction that everything is going. Halfway. Then again, I really don't because they're kind of prioritizing. This is coming from me, but they're prioritizing free movement, and I don't fully agree with that. I kind of want it the same way as if I was a child when 7 was on the PlayStation with all the damn discs. I would always wanted the choice. Like how they give you in the 7 remake. Always wanted the choice whether we would have free movement or turn-based, and there would be, of course, elements switching sides as far as like your movement speed. Of course, you'll be able to move everywhere, but in return, you won't 999 OP everyone, even if you're a top level, and as well for your opponents may be a little bit more rapid movement. Rapid moving, whatever. So pretty much, Yeah, that's really, I just always wanted a choice. You know, I don't want to pretty much take over something that's always been one thing. I don't want them to prioritize something that, like, this isn't Kingdom Hearts. At least give the previous players a choice. Like, that's pretty much all.
I did like the balance of 7 remake though.
Mhm.
I love.
Slowing down.
Yeah,
It gave you classic and it gave you free
Yes.
free play
Yep.
too.
sort of
so,
in the middle. It was nice.
Yeah.
The slow motion, yeah.
Well, branching off of that too, you know, when you think about these open concept battle systems, you know, would you think that having an open world concept is important to the gameplay? You know, whether it's exploratory, like you have the ability to go and search all these nooks and crannies before continuing on with the story, or like, does that really matter?
Well, it satisfies different needs for players because I know you're an explorer person, so you like to explore everything. For instance, Forspoken's world is perhaps one of the most massive maps I've ever seen in a game so far. I
I
mean,
am still very overwhelmed by it.
oh no,
So-
you don't know anything yet.
You are not overwhelmed
you-
yet.
It's bigger?
Have no idea how big that damn map is. It's
Man.
huge. And I thought Metal Gear Solid 5's map was huge when I first started playing, but Forspoken's map is very, very, very big.
Nice.
That
I thought
explains
that
that
Wild
download
map
file.
big.
Bigger than Ghost of Tsushima?
Bigger
Oh
than
no, Ghost of Tsushima ain't got nothing on that.
Ghost of
Oh, damn.
Tsushima. I think Breath of the Wild map is bigger than Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
see, Breath of the Wild map might be bigger than Forspoken.
That was a
No,
pretty
no,
big.
no. That's what I
No?
said. It's
You don't think so?
Forspoken is no. Breath of
Oh,
the
you-
Wild is like 1,000 complete done. I am so
Oh.
done. It's nothing I can do on that game.
it
Forspoken,
seemed like it was bigger. Okay,
That's
Shit.
crazy
Ah.
that it'd be bigger than that, but
Yeah.
okay.
it's
Wow.
huge. It's huge. Forspoken's map is huge.
Ugh, I got a
For-
lot on my plate.
For a good reason, or well, I don't want to get into that.
The
but
the thing is, like, once you, I don't want to go off track, but I'll just say this one thing. Once you start playing and you're like one of those people who like see something somewhere, you okay, oh, I'm gonna go there and then just stop. You go to that spot, then you see another spot that you got to go to. Then you like, I'm gonna go there and just stop.
and then
You
you're
go to
lost.
that spot, and then there's another spot you see in the two more spots open up in the corner. Then you like, I'm gonna just go to these two and stop. You go to those two spots and 3 more spots. It's like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's stressful.
Well, hey, something.
I mean, I get that open world concepts are important, but well, as we've just discussed, it can be very overwhelming. But bringing it back to Final Fantasy a little bit, out of all of your Final Fantasy storylines that have been out, we can go from 0 through 16. You know, which one would be your favorite?
Map wise, or is this related to the open world question?
Storylines.
Oh, storylines. Oh,
10. We don't know this 10. I already said this. 10.
I like what they did with 7 entirely. I mean, 10 is good. It's great by itself. But I kind of like the steampunkishness of 7. It's one of the very few steampunk things that I actually liked that felt right.
Mm.
It did feel right.
I didn't think about it like that until you said that. Yeah, I can see that. It was cool. 7. Dirge of Cerberus.
Everybody loves 7. Well, I'm gonna be a renegade and go with 8.
Oh, 8 is great.
I feel like that game
Novella.
was so slept on. Yes, it's basically a novella, but it has so many actions to it. Like, it has the action, it has the romance. I mean, it has the weird time jumps where there's tons of theories where a lot of people think that everyone's dead.
Mhm.
And I kind of agree with it because I've played
Mhm.
8 numerous times. Ending still makes no sense to me.
It was funny about 8. The map is coming back to it now since I just recently played it. The map wasn't as big as I thought it was. There wasn't as many places to go on the thing. So I can't wait to see what they come up. I'm guessing they'll remake it, since they're doing 7.
I will pay all of the money that I have for them to remake it, please.
I'm assuming. If you're gonna start with 7, I'm assuming you're gonna go to 8, then go to 9. Whatever. So,
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I can only hope.
But yeah, so what? I'm 10. What you said, Tegan?
Oh, 7.
7. Egypt, you said 7, right?
Urge Cerberus 7.
Oh, Dirge of Cerberus 7. And then Kita, you said
That's very good. I said 8. So within your favorite games, then, which would be your favorite character in terms of character development?
Sack.
Zach Fair.
I mean, even though he died young, I would say I know Egypt was gonna go with Vincent.
Usually, I mean,
I would say Vincent too, but I'm gonna go with Zach for this one. Just off the fact that Angel died, he fought Genesis, he fought Sephiroth, so there was a lot of adversity that Zach had to go through, and he met Aerith, and I guess they had their little thing where they liked each other, but then he never got to see her again. He met Cloud. He basically met everybody in the whole series except for Tifa and Barrett. And having to die the way he did.
He did meet Tifa.
Oh, he did he?
Yeah.
Oh, in Corral, yeah. Oh, and Nibelheim,
Not in
sorry.
Corral, in Nibelheim.
Nibelheim.
There's the
Nibelheim.
scene where, well, in the original 7, you get to go in her house and steal her underwear.
So when they were kids?
No. When he was on a mission with Sephiroth back to the reactor, I forgot about that. With the cowboy hat and all that. No, but yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, he basically met everybody and had his relationship with them, and then ended up having to give his life for Cloud. Now,
did they add that story in for the remake, or was that always a part of the Final Fantasy VII?
So that's where that goes to a tangent. Now I'll happily explain that as quickly as I can when you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So when you play Final Fantasy Remake, and I'll put spoilers for those of you who haven't played it fully through. When you get to the end, you fight the Arbiter of Fate. So those like shadowy, wispy, dusty people floating around. So those are the Arbiters of Fate. And every time you want to do something that kind of veers away from the original Final Fantasy VII timeline, they appear and they get all dusty on you.
Yeah.
So
they do fuck you up.
So in the end, the last battle is you're fighting the Arbiter of Fate. And that's where Aerith grabs Cloud and says, look, once you do this, there's no going back. And he was like, yeah, whatever, let's go. So he goes and does it. And then after that, when you finish all the credits, there's more scenes. And Zach Fair comes out alive from his battle with Shinra. And if you look in the background, Midgar has the Arbiters of Fate leaving. Like they're just out. So basically, well, this is a theory now, but it seems like they're taking they stepped outside of the original Final Fantasy VII storyline. So it's quite possible where some things may not happen, cannot, the way it was originally canon.
It's a remix now.
So do you think it's possible that they might change the fate
of Aerith?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's a big possibility. She's a massive fan favorite.
I think that's supposed to happen with the way they built it up in the remake.
I think he don't want her dead, but I think that's a good thing.
I would never.
You remember what Red 13 said is the bad ending was the ending of the original game, and Cloud is already having visions of her getting killed. So it's like
right.
They're gonna have to change it unless it happens again and they fuck us. But
if you remember
I thought her death made other things possible. I thought her death was the.
Well, it was easier for her to summon Holy.
Yeah.
In the live stream, but now this changes a lot of things because Sephiroth seems at the end of that battle more intact of his mental facilities than he did in the original Final Fantasy VII before he was so torn between the Genova cells in his body and going crazy. So
gonna be interesting.
So that's possible. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that, but I mean, I don't want her to die, but I'm just
changes
saying,
Vincent's storyline. Does this affect Dirge of Cerberus too?
Somebody else might have to die then.
Oh, somebody else like who?
Because they
Nah.
brought in what's his name? The dude with the white hair and his brother.
Oh, Kadaj and
Yeah,
no.
no,
Weiss.
Weiss and his brother, the one with the
Oh, yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Genesis is
Nero?
also still alive as well.
Yeah, because he's in the DLC, not the DLC, but the extra part of the Final Fantasy Yuffie thing. So they added to the original.
Episode integrate, yeah.
Right, they added to the original thing, so you could fight him as the cast in the original game, not integrate, not Yuffie, but with the other cast. But he's like super, super duper difficult.
Also, at the end of Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Genesis is still alive with Weiss.
Mm.
Both of them are still
yeah.
alive. So they might end up fighting Sephiroth. The new Sephiroth. So that could happen.
So now we're just adding more and more cast now to the original timeline.
It's gonna get crazy. If they're all alive, it's gonna get crazy. I'm for it.
If Weiss is how he is in that simulation room, then
Sephiroth,
he might destroy Sephiroth. Yeah,
like
Personally speaking, I hope that like Vincent and Hojo can have a Maury Povich moment on Who's the Daddy.
Who's a daddy or who's the daddy?
The daddy. Sephiroth's dad.
Still Hojo.
I think it's Vincent.
I honestly don't know, to be completely honest.
You are not.
Because I don't know. I don't want Vincent to have to pay any child support, to be completely honest. I don't know.
You make enough money.
Yeah, but he's like an adult. He's good.
You work for the Turks. You make enough money. All right.
I just want to see Kate Sith.
I love Kate Sith.
He could use his useless powers to do something.
I do have a question though, because I always had I was gonna pick Vincent regardless, but whatever happened to Orin? He's like my secondary character, but like I tend to forget about him though.
How?
Well, other games, honestly. I forget about him because I think about Vincent so much and Cloud when it comes to Final Fantasy. I would forget that I like other people, well, other dudes, not girls involved, because it's Yuffie, Tifa. Well, it's a few girls actually. But I don't know. I for sure forget about Orange sometimes.
I love his backstory.
Cool character.
Yeah. It's his backstory that really stood out. Yeah, he's a really cold character. I don't mean to half step him like that. Yo, I like him a lot.
You know, Leska dropped him on his head OD though. I don't know if you remember that strike, and he like,
oh yeah,
bounced and shit.
What other questions you got, Keto?
Yeah.
So it's a slightly spicy question. It's my last one.
Ooh.
So out of all of the Final Fantasy series, which game has offered the most diversity? Now, this can be anything. This could be gender, race, locality, and whatever game defines gender, race, and locality, because some of them are different.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a different kind of spicy.
No.
All right, we're not on the monorail today, so yeah.
Diversity.
Like, so for instance, my personal favorite diversity game would definitely have to be between 10 and 14, only because, you know, we get actual islanders in, you know, with Waka and the Aurochs. You know, we get the kitty people with Kimari and everybody in Mount Gagazet. We get the Albed, and it really introduces an element of, you know, people not liking a certain group of people because of swirly eyeballs. But, you know, it had a sense of diversity where these are people that are different and we're all in this world together.
And also maybe fall in love with that one because of the diversity.
I think they were heretic because they were heretics though. Not because of
yeah, but it's still that I can never tell if Waka's black or
no.
I think the delegation has accepted Waka, so we're
okay.
Good.
He's a New Zealander.
But yeah, as far as diversity, I would say 10, and I would also say all of the ones that are online where you could create your own race and stuff like that. Yeah. Because you know those are obviously boldly diverse, create your own thing. But as far as the ones that aren't online where you can't create, 10, like you said, is probably my choice. Because that's the staple of Final Fantasy that I want to see moving forward. You have someone that looks like Lulu, the pale mage, she's, her own thing. Then you have Kamari, who's like a beast. You have an equal amount of women, you have an equal amount of men. You have Waka, like you said, who's a part of the Aurochs, Besaid Island and stuff like that. Orin is from another world. Tidus is from another world. Orin is dead.
And I feel like we can accept
zombie.
Jack in the delegation too. He's quite
Right.
tan.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want the ones moving forward. 9 was pretty diverse too. But I want the ones moving. I didn't actually realize how not diverse 8 and 7 was. Like, I
7 was diverse on a human scale, though.
It was
8
diverse.
was a little diverse. You got Kyros in 8.
Yeah.
The man with dreads.
For some reason, back in the day, I just had this idea that 7 and 8 were diverse, but now that I think about it, they're not as diverse as the other ones.
Actually, wait, 8 would be a little bit more diverse than 7 because you had Kyros and you had Raijin from Raijin and Fu.
But then you have Yuffie as well, so.
Now we talking about, do you mean diverse as far as the
humans or species?
Cast that you actually play with? Yeah. Or do you just mean the world itself?
Oh.
Right.
I mean, the 7th remake, they did a beautiful example of what incorporating all different colors, even in your NPCs, turned out beautifully.
Because if we're talking about just the world itself, yes, then yes, 7 and 8 had a diverse. I was thinking you was talking about the people you actually play with.
Okay. Can be any.
Okay. So 10, I'm gonna say 10.
Oh well, I mean, if you look at 7 too, Barrett was black. Well, okay, maybe there weren't any Hispanic.
You just gave me one example.
No, and I said Yuffie earlier, being Asian. But,
oh, okay. Well, I can't tell that she's Asian. I really can't tell that she's Asian. I can't see it.
All of Wutai are Asian, but it's like, I don't know.
But she just looks like
she looks like everybody else.
Yeah, she looks like everybody else.
I got you. But then again, now that I think about it, it's like that's it though. It's like white, black, and Asian. I don't think I've seen a Hispanic person.
Look, I'm gonna still give it a
7
that's a coin cost for the Asian thing. I'm gonna give it a coin cost for that because I can't really tell.
The man from the Honeybee Inn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and the dudes in the gym too.
Oh, you talking about in the 7 remake?
Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot about them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still the world though. You're right.
I don't think I met too many in 8. I guess the little lion people things is that a race of that's a race of people, right? The little lion.
The orcs.
Oh, the Mumbas.
Mumbas, yeah.
Oh, they're so cute.
Was it Zorg or some shit? The big green.
Oh, those things with the hands. Yeah.
The man and the egg.
Yeah.
So, I guess they tried, to add
the sorcerers.
Yeah.
Sensing some deep thoughts there, Egypt.
Yeah.
Feeling it.
Because it's like between like Strangers of Paradise, don't they have like a nice world-wise? Don't they? I mean, because I haven't played it, but I've watched like a lot on it that made me interested, and I just keep forgetting to buy it. But I don't know. I feel as if like the places visited that I've watched just look not necessarily different as if it's not Final Fantasy related, but it just looks like a whole different game. I'm not going to choose that, but it's really between. Sorry, what?
Feels like Neo.
Feels like Neo.
Yeah, it does.
Right though, with at one point with the lava and shit, I'm like, yo, yeah, it's between that and 7. Strangers of Paradise just have a pretty. Now that I know we're not talking about, now that I know what diversity we're talking about, I don't know. I enjoyed that one, I guess, because I haven't really seen much. So since I want to see more, I'm gonna go with Strangers of Paradise. But 7 would be second choice for sure.
Well, much credit to Strangers of Paradise. the main character, well, not the main character, but a playable character on your team, Ash, black man, and I have to give them credit. They did his dreads
So he is a
all
black
right.
dude.
Yeah,
They did him all right.
Yeah,
Like they tried.
I don't know. He
I
looked
just
like.
didn't know that he was actually black. You know, I didn't. It was.
I ain't never seen him before.
Time to see.
I'll
I
see
mean, I
it when
just
I.
felt they did him dirty though by calling him Ash, but I was like, all right, well,
Oh, like Ashy.
we'll just I'm
Ashley Larry.
just gonna blink and forget about that one.
And then which Final Fantasy did they have the guy with the afro? He had like a chocobo in his hair.
Oh, Zaz.
Oh,
I
missed the chocobos.
I didn't really like that. I tried to play it and I just
I
could not
like Zaz and I
play
did
it.
not like Zaz. I like him as like, the awesome father who's desperate to find his child. But the whole, oh Lord, here we go again.
Oh, he was on his slave shit.
Here we go.
Was that the one with lightning in it?
Yes.
Oh,
That's why.
no wonder why nobody liked that shit.
I often like to forget it existed, so it's okay.
Okay, I'll take lightning down off your picture.
He said,
Please.
"Lordy, lordy." So what was he like? Too comedic or some shit, or what was wrong with him?
It was that stereotypical, oh Lord, here we go. I'm like, yeah, oh Lord, here we go.
He was
You
a
know
male.
what too? Like
This is happening.
when they don't
He was a male
do-
mammy, basically.
yeah, I was gonna say when they don't do the character black enough, but then when they also black them down, a lot of people complain. Like either people say they're too black or they're not black enough.
Right.
So it's like no, but I understand some of the game developers. It's like we can't win, but there is a middle ground.
Yep.
Somewhere you have to find it.
But
That's
then it's like-
that's your job to find that middle ground.
But then
Exactly.
Or
it's,
just put more than one in the game.
That's true.
it's like
Do you
Japanese
think- do you think
perception
they'll
that was
ever-
skewed though.
Yeah.
But can we get a black female?
Do you think they'll ever make a black lead?
Whoa, slow down, sir.
For
They're
Final
like,
Fantasy?
whoa, wait a minute, that's too much.
Pump the brakes.
Mate.
Let's talk about Lightning's return, and that's the exact reason why they're not giving us
She
that.
needs
They're
to
like,
go back where the fuck she came from. She don't need to return.
It was okay.
I couldn't play it. I could not.
It-
get it.
it was all right. I mean, I finished it.
You finished it? I couldn't even finish it. It wasn't get like I'm talking about literally. This is from the beginning of the game. I couldn't even get past the beginning of the game.
Damn.
Oh no, I got so far in it and I was frustrated, but I was like, I've invested too much of my time into this. I have to see it through.
I understand.
And
That's what I felt about 15.
What was the world like though overall? Was it because I got like 7 vibes from it, but not really.
I just so trying to understand what the leases are alone will literally make you not care.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not gonna even lie. I've literally not cared about Final Fantasy since 12. They have not impressed me since 12. I mean, Kita could argue with me.
You didn't
'Cause I'm
like the bachelor party gone wrong in Final Fantasy 15?
No, what you
No,
just
that's-
said about having you
Too many
went through it,
dudes.
so you invested too much time, so he's like, let me just finish it. That's how I felt about 15. I wasn't feeling 15. No, oh yeah, I wasn't feeling 15.
I thought it was all right. I mean, I was a little sad how it ended, and I still have to go back and see how the DLC changed the ending because apparently that's not how it actually ends.
That isn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm not doing that.
The DLC changes the ending for sure.
I lost part of my file, so I'm not doing that over. I'm good.
damn.
And I
You have a curse.
recall finishing the game and going, wait,
You have
where
a
did
final-
Luna Freya go? Like she was an important character, right?
Is she an important? She got like two scenes in the whole game,
That's
I
crazy.
must say,
And
you
that's
barely really see her.
and then she died. Like the fuck.
Yep. But I mean, do you guys have any other like thoughts or lingering burning questions on Final Fantasy series?
I think Ace has a Final Fantasy save data curse.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't my fault. The 15 one wasn't my fault. The 10 one was my fault, but 15 wasn't my fault.
Was that when the PlayStation 4 died?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't transfer. I couldn't transfer. No, the PlayStation 3. I think it was it on. Was Final Fantasy 15 on PlayStation 3? Or am I thinking about something?
No, I think it was. Damn, I don't remember anymore now. I think it was just 4. I think it was when
Okay,
you.
so maybe
Which
it
game?
was 4.
15.
15.
4.
4. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So it was a 4 then. Before the first 4, not the second 4.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. No, my only real thing I want to see going forward is more Moogles. Moogles. Bring the Moogles back.
I mean, Kate Sith is a Moogle, so he'll.
No, he's not. He's a cat. Well, he's a Kate.
No, but he rides on a Mog though, or whatever that is.
Oh, that's a machine.
Yeah.
It's still a Moogle though. I mean,
controlled by the guy in Shinra, right?
Mm-hmm. Reeves.
Yeah.
Still a Moogle.
A fat one.
Yeah.
For
Honestly,
real.
From like old protagonists. Like they don't have to come and steal the show, but like a visit from an old protagonist would be cool here and there, honestly, or even an old villain. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's something.
Bring
that would be
Ultimisia back and be like, so about your timeline.
Nah,
You don't need it.
When we killed her in that first Final Fantasy 8, she's not coming back.
Ooh, or Cactar, since 16 is gonna be like Devil May Cry, a Cactar would be cool since you have to like beat the crap out of them anyway. That would be
get
like
EXP out of him, yeah.
Giant
Yeah.
Cactar.
All right. The time is
Oh no, I was just gonna say real quick. I just want Genesis to come back because that plot hole needs to be like filled in.
Absolutely agreed.
And the black female lead, or at least a black female party member.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Kitty Cat for Final Fantasy 20.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for joining me today on our Final Fantasy chat. So please subscribe and watch us some more.
Bye-bye.